Hi, girls, and welcome back to Self Care for Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as black girls. I'm BB, and I'll be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. Hi, welcome back to the podcast, and if you're new, hi, and welcome to the podcast. This week's episode is going to be about, how you're getting through the semester, or if you're not on, block schedule or in college, getting through the school year. Um, this episode is pertaining specifically to, people in school. So if you're not in school currently, sorry, you can still listen because chances are you know somebody who's in school. So, you could listen and either pass the podcast along or pass the information along. Doesn't matter to me. Um, so, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. The first tip is to stay focused during all your classes. Um, yes, I understand that there are classes that going into them, you're going to assume, oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be a breeze. I could half pay attention or not pay attention at all and still pass this class with an A. Wrong. But not completely. Yes, there are still those classes. So if you luck up and get one of those, bless your heart and congratulations. But if you're not one of those lucky souls, you're going to want to pay attention. And it might be that up until the first exam, you think this class is easy, you're getting, you're doing pretty good, and then you go to take that first exam and it's like, whoa, what is this? And sadly, that's when people realize that they need to pay attention. And in some cases, that's too late, and other times, it's fine. You have the whole rest of the semester to, make up for that L that you just took. So make sure that you're paying attention and, you're focused in all your classes. And if it helps, get a seat near the front, away from your friends. Yes, away from your friends. So, you can pay attention and focus on you, because your friends may want to clown around, play around in a class, but your friends aren't going to help you in the future. They're not going to be the ones getting you into college. They're not going to be the ones applying for jobs and all that stuff. So stay focused and, let everybody else do what they want to do. The next thing is to go to all of your classes. Yes, this can be very hard, especially if you're in college. In high school, it's a lot easier to get away. You're kind of forced to go to class, in a sense. So, this doesn't really pertain to high schoolers for the most part, but to you college listeners, like me, go to your classes. Yes, it can be very hard, especially if you got stuck with an 8:30 or anything before 10 o'clock, really. So, but you need to get up and you need to go. Unless you're like really, really sick or something, of that nature, family member passed away, something like that. Unless you just absolutely cannot, it is just impossible for you to get to class that day, then that's fine. But, try not to make it a daily or a weekly or whatever the case may be. Don't do it too often, because you only have a certain amount of absences, and after you have used all of those, then your grades starting to your grades starting to be affected. So please make sure you're going to classes, because your grade will be affected in two ways. One, because you've used up all your absences and now your teacher's probably taking points off. And two, because you're not there to focus, you're not going to know the material when test comes up. So when a test or a quiz, and you might be missing pop quizzes, when stuff like that comes up. So make sure you're going to class. The next thing, this, it pertains to school, but Not really. It's just a communal service, community service type thing. Please keep up with your hygiene. Um, Brushing your teeth, showering, bathing, whichever one you prefer, don't care. Um, just keep up with your hygiene. And if you have PE, for my high schoolers, um, because for the most part, college kids may or may not have time to shower and whatnot after the gym or something like that. But for you high schoolers, if you have the opportunity to take a shower after PE, do it. If you don't, please bring deodorant or even just a hot a washcloth and some soap when you go in the bathroom and at least wash under your arms, something like that, so you're not musty. And you know don't spray a buttload of perfume or cologne on knowing you haven't showered or you just got out of PE, because that's just going to make things worse. And I'm going to stop rambling because just please keep up with your hygiene. um the next thing is to push yourself to work hard, but do not push yourself too hard. I am feeling the effects from that, and I am trying to recover from pushing myself too hard. So please do not push yourself too hard. Um, Push yourself to, make sure you're meeting your deadlines, that your work is up to par and beyond if possible. Um, that you're not missing any meetings. You're getting your assignments in on time, your papers in on time, to the right length, stuff like that. But don't push yourself to where, oh well, I'm trying to get this one class's homework caught up to through November or all the way to the exam or something like that. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Okay? If you are free and you're doing, pretty well in the class and you don't have anything else to do, then I could, foresee you doing something like that. But if you don't have the time, or if you're already stressed, or if you're just not, um, your grades aren't where they are, or whatever the case may be, do not try to push yourself to get them. Yes, maybe go to tutoring, office hours, but just don't push yourself to where all you want to do is lay in bed and you could care less about what your grades are, or whether your assignments getting in on time. Just take a deep breath, breathe, check your calendar, your planner, your phone, wherever you keep all your assignment deadlines and stuff like that, and see where you are, so you can get a general idea of what you need to be working on, and so you don't over push yourself. Yeah. All right, because that could cause a lot of your mental health could decline. You could become stressed if you aren't already, depressed, anxiety, all those different things that could come with, pushing yourself to do more than you or your body can handle. So just try not to overdo it, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so the next tip I would have for you all would be to stay out of the drama. Now, this leans more heavily toward high school students. Um, let's see. This one and the next tip. So these last two tips kind of pertain more so towards the high school students, but depending on how big your college or university is, this could pertain to us as well. But the first one would be to stay out of drama. Um, Everybody knows at every school, high school or college, um, there are cliques and there are different groups of people that everybody hangs out with. Just, don't say anything more than what, needs to be said. Like, hello, hey, how you doing? Try not to give your input on other people's situations, because that could drag you into drama. And now not only are you stressing about, homework and exams and quizzes and papers, now you've got to deal with the stress and all that other foolishness that comes with drama. So I'm not even gonna um, ramble on about staying out of drama. Just don't say anything where your input is not needed, and you will know if your input's needed or not. If you have the slightest thought that your input is not needed, don't say anything, because 9 times out of 10 it's not, and that will just drag you into whatever issues are already going on in that specific community. So just mind your business, okay? Mind your business and focus on your schoolwork. You know, get that degree, get that diploma. Focus on that. And then the last tip that I have is to not don't try to impress other people. And what I mean by this, because there are people that you do want to, try to semi impress, like future employers, um, even your professors, I would say to an extent, because if you're planning on going to grad school, you're probably going to need letters of recommendation, and you're going to want to, not become like a teacher's pet, but something, stand out so that your professor knows who you are. So when you go to ask for that letter of recommendation, you can get it, and it's going to be, a good one. But and I guess this also ties into drama. Trying to impress other people is not what you need to focus on, because trying to impress other people throws your focus off your schoolwork, because now you're like, oh, well, this person was looking at me, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know how that goes. You want this person to notice you, you want that person to notice you, and all that other stuff. You don't have time to, if you're fully dedicated to your homework, your schoolwork, and fully dedicated to, an extracurricular, your another extracurricular activity, you don't have time to worry about who you can impress. You don't have time to get in drama. So, focus on that, get your degree, get that diploma, get that scholarship, get that full ride, whatever you're striving for, get it. Stay out of the drama. Don't try to impress people. But that's all that I have for this episode. And I'm debating. I have some more things that I want to say about, getting through this, school semester or school year. So I may make a part 2 to this episode. I don't know. It depends on how many other tips I can come up with. But that's all that I have for you all this week. I don't think I have any announcements, but if I do, they'll be inserted after all of this talking, if I think of anything. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next week. Bye. Thanks for listening this week. If you have any questions, want to share a story, or be featured in our Q&As, send them to me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com, or submit them on my blog at selfcareblackgirls.com. While you're over there, subscribe and join so you never miss anything. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes to help spread the word. You can also donate one time or monthly by clicking on the Patreon link on my blog. There are rewards. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to stay beautiful.